There are many steps one needs to take when preparing for mediation. The first thing you need to know is your own information. You need to know where you stand financially, what you want to see out of the parenting plan, how you'd like to see the dissolution end or the divorce. So it's very, very important to know all these things going into the mediation, because you need to communicate those to the mediator so he can go in and negotiate on your behalf. If he does not know what you want out of the divorce, he's going to have a very difficult time trying to get the other party to agree to what you actually want. In order to have a successful mediation, you need to have all the information at your fingertips. If you don't understand something about the evidence from the other side or the process itself, it's very, very important to have that conversation with your attorney. Again, your attorney is there to advocate for you. If he does not know what your expectations are and what you need, it's going to be very difficult for him to get that information across to the mediator in an effort to resolve your matter. Mediation can be a very emotional process. I mean, if it works out, the day you're there, you may end up being divorced. So it's very, very important to stay grounded during and prior to the process. You do not want to go in there agitated. You don't want to go in there triggered. There are going to be certain things during the mediation that are going to get your emotions up. You need to do your best to be grounded and to make sure that whatever you agree to that day, you can live with, because this is your chance to advocate for yourself. This is a way a good mediation resolves. If you don't do that and you cannot stay grounded, one of two things may happen. Either one, the mediation will fail, you'll end up going to trial, or two, which I think is even worse, you may end up agreeing to something you just can't live with. Mediation is a process, and like any process, you need to set yourself up logistically. A good mediation can take all day. You want to make sure that you have everything you need there. Make sure that you have something to eat, a snack. Make sure you have stuff to drink so you don't get dehydrated. Make sure, we all live on devices nowadays, make sure you have the chargers you need. What we do not want to see have happen is you have to leave a mediation early because you're not prepared for the length of a mediation. Mediations are successful because they are a process, and I always tell my clients to trust the process. Mediations, they can be a long haul. So you want to be comfortable, clear-headed, and present. These are all important things to help yourself, your attorney, and the mediator help your case come to resolution that day. Probably the most important part of a mediation is knowing what you want in your parenting plan. And what I mean by that is know what you absolutely want your best day, and also what you can live with. What you want to make sure that you do not do is, if you have something set where you cannot live without it, it's the hill you're going to die on, make sure you do not agree to anything less than that, if in fact it's important to you. Because again, anything you agree to at mediation will be written down, become part of agreement, and ultimately end up in a final parenting plan and a court order. So again, make sure that you know what you want, how you want to get there, and how it's going to look at the end of the day. Because once you sign those papers, that parenting plan is going to go final, and you'll have to abide by it for likely a very long time. If you have any further questions about the steps to prepare for mediation, please give us a call. At Johnson Law Firm, we help families fight for a fresh start.